Hello everyone, my name is Sonam Narayan. I'm a fourth year law student at University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. I'm interning under the LEXIS and Company. And today in this video, I will be talking about the Constitution and its features which has been adopted from the other nation's Constitution. So what is constitution? So constitution lays down the law which aims to govern the machinery of the government. It aims to lay down the guidelines and a framework in which the government has to work. It is done with the purpose that the government machinery don't overuse their powers or they function beyond the powers conferred upon them. It states the relationship among different institutions of the government. Indian constitution is known as the bag of borrowings as its important features are being adopted from the various other constitutions. Now there has always been debate or people have criticized at some points that that the in that the why India adopted its most important features from the other nations constitutions and not came up with some of its own features and it should not have copied the other features. So why our lawmakers, with what intention and with what reason they have adopted the features of the features of the other nation's constitution? So this was because of the reason that the makers of the Indian Constitution have accumulated the experience of different constitutions. It was done because of the vast diversity of the nations to ensure that the whole India, which is so diversified in nature, is governed properly. They try to take the they try to adopt the features of the other nations constitution, and they try to learn from the different constitution. They try to learn the experiences of the different constitution. Okay, so to deal with that, the makers referred and adopted various features from other nations constitution and adopted it in the constitution of the India. As the makers of our constitution also did not want it that there lies any kind of ambiguity, therefore all the powers of the legislature, executive and the judiciary body has been specifically specified. They also wanted that the Indian constitution should have the principles of rule of law and constitutionalism. So in order to achieve the rule of law and the constitutionalism, they adopted certain features from the other nation's constitution. Now, moving forward, we will be seeing that from what nation's constitution we have adopted which feature. So, from which constitution we have adopted which feature. So, from Britain's constitution, we have adopted the parliamentary form of government. We have adopted the rule of law, which states that there shall be the supremacy of the constitution. It was done in order to in order to ensure that there is no overuse or misuse of the power. Thirdly, legislative procedure. Fourth, single citizenship, and fifth, cabinet system, and sixth, writs, and seventh, parliamentary privileges, and eighth, bicameralism. And from the Constitution of Ireland, we adopted directive principles of state policy, method of election of the president, members' nomination to the Rajya Sabha by the president. Now, what we adopted from the United States of America, we adopted the procedure for the impeachment of the president. After that, we also adopted the functions of the president and the vice president, and we adopted the procedure of removal of Supreme Court and High Court judges. We also adopted the fundamental rights and the concept of judicial review. We also adopted the concept of the independence of judiciary, so that there is constitutionalism, and also the judiciary is not biased in nature. We also adopted the features of the preamble of the Constitution. Now, moving forward, we what have we adopted from the Canadian Constitution? So, from the Canadian Constitution, we adopted the centrifugal form of federalism, where the center is stronger than the states. Then the residuary powers, which vest with the center. Thirdly, center appoints the governors at the states. And fourth, advisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. And from the Australian Constitution, we adopted the concept of concurrent list, and how the joint sitting of the two houses has to be done, which is mentioned in the Article 108 of the Indian Constitution, and the freedom of trade and commerce. From the USSR constitutions, which is now Russia, we adopted the concept of fundamental duties, the ideals of justice, which has to be achieved on the parameters of social, economic, and political grounds, which is expressed in the preamble. From the France constitution, we adopted the concept of republic, ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity, which is given in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. From the Germany's constitution, we adopted the fundamental rights are suspended during emergency. From the South Africa's constitution, we adopted the election of members of the Rajya Sabha, the procedure of the election of members of the Rajya Sabha, and how the constitution has to be amended. From the Japan's constitution, we adopted the concept of procedure established by law. So in this video, we discussed what constitution is and what are the important features adopted from the different countries' constitution. Thank you.